derby now, man. So Arsenal to Tottenham to now a lot of people will say that these two teams are irrelevant. That they are no longer truly elite teams. I don't care whether Tottenham made it to the Champions League final. It didn't mean anything to me. And I think this game has pretty much showed that yeah, even if they did make it to the Champions League final, this team is not winning any trophies anytime soon. So my thing about it here is your thoughts on the game and watch and how far do you think both teams can go? So I'll just kick things off just to give people an idea. Arsenal should have won the game. Um, and Arsenal look at this clown in the live chat says Arsenal are better than Chelsea. How are Arsenal better than Chelsea if Arsenal are in the
Oh
Europa League
my
and Chelsea are
God,
in the
yeah.
Champions League?
Don't
What
worry,
I mean,
Chiefs.
what
I'll
what kind of
pinpoint
crap do you
my
talk?
guy.
So wait, chill. My thing is that
Double H,
Arsenal
double
should
H.
have won the game. Arsenal were the better team, and I just think that Arsenal only have themselves to blame for not really taking the initiative from the first half, specifically not picking a strong enough lineup. Pochettino needs to tell me what the hell he trains his Tottenham team to do during training because they have no idea attacking wise or offensively. So I'm not triggered, bro. Just that when people say crap, I have to respond. So Abdullahi, thoughts on the game and how well do you think either Tottenham or Arsenal will do this season based on the matches you've seen them so far?
Good. Sorry for breaking you up. Firstly, please don't compare Arsenal to Chelsea. Please. They're different. Please. No. Wait, please. Arsenal, Chelsea, please. It's far away, please. Don't compare. There's two different clubs, please. So for the North London derby, man, it's difficult. Firstly, I will blame Unai Emery for choosing a defensive coach, a defensive midfield. Gundozi, Granit Xhaka, and Lucas
Lucas
Torreira.
Torre.
You can't be playing Tottenham Hotspur and be playing the defensive coach. You have to attack them. You have to attack. Because you got Daddy Ceballos on the bench. What's he doing on bench? Mesut Ozil,
Exactly.
what was he doing on bench? What's those two players doing? You need the creativity in that team. Someone that can
Exactly.
bring in Aubameyang, that can bring in Lacazette in. You don't need someone who can defend for you. You need the creativity in that team. Because Tottenham lacked creativity. There are two defenders. Is it Hardaway Sanchez or is that Hardaway and Batogen? Both of them are not that really good. So you need someone who can create, that can bring in those players together. But you don't have it. You're playing three defensive midfield, which is not done. For me, it's gonna take a while for Arsenal to gel. And for them, people are saying, we have Nicolas Pepe. It's better than Eden Hazard. I won't say anything for that.
Wait. Excuse me?
I won't even say what.
Wait.
Yeah,
Who
Hold
said
on,
that?
no, Abdullahi,
What?
that's a lie. That's a lie.
Nicolas
Abdullahi,
Pepe is better
that's a
than
lie.
I'm serious.
Nobody in their
Yes.
right mind is saying Nicolas Pepe is
I would say
touching.
Arsenal fans are
a
already,
top
they're
two
already jumping
player.
up that Nicolas Pepe is 20 times better than Hazard. I just keep
Yeah,
showing.
true.
I don't want to
Times.
respond. I
Wait,
don't want to
it's
respond.
just, no. Okay, but so Abdullahi, no. So just stop it. Look, many of my friends are Arsenal fans. I've got many friends who are Arsenal fans, but Arsenal fans might have to be the most arrogant fans out there.
Yeah,
Not
for
all
a
of them.
club
Not
that
all of
never
them, because
wins
trust
anything.
me, a lot of my friends are Arsenal fans. A lot of them are very sensible. One of my very good friends is a very sensible Arsenal fan. But there's some
The
Arsenal
club
fans who
zero
are
CLs.
completely deluded. Zero
It's
Champions
true.
League
It's true.
wins.
Speaking of deluded,
You haven't been relevant in years. So how the hell do you have any right to talk about who is the king of London or whatsoever? Bro,
They
get back
keep
in the
saying
Champions
that.
League, win
They
some
keep
trophies,
saying
and then
that
we can
Nicolas
write.
Pepe is
Abdullahi,
better
finish
than
your point.
Eden Hazard.
he
I was just
is,
laughing when they
bro.
say it.
Oh my
But
goodness.
now we can see it ourselves now. Look at today. Nicolas Pepe, look at him today. It wasn't. It
No.
wasn't. It wasn't.
Pepe is good. No,
Only showboating,
Pepe is
doing
a
nothing.
good player. He's a good player, but
He's a good player, but it needs time to gel. For me, it needs time to gel. This is not French league. This is EPL. You don't showboat on EPL. They're gonna kick your leg out, kick your ass out of the team. You don't showboat. EPL, you gotta show what you get.
okay.
Before you
So
can compare
so just
yourself to
round
Eden
off. So
Hazard,
how
it
well
takes
do you
time.
think? So just round off now. How well do you think Arsenal and Tottenham will do this season? Where will they finish? How many trophies will they win?
Trophies? Hell no. I'm gonna think it's difficult. I'm gonna take Tottenham ahead of Arsenal a little bit. Tottenham ahead of Arsenal a little bit. Tottenham will finish ahead of Arsenal a little bit
Okay,
because
all right.
I believe Pochettino is a better coach than Unai Emery. He's a better coach than Emery.
That's,
That's not even
that's
a debate.
very debatable. But okay, that's fair. That's okay. Look, let's move on. Ahmed,
Yeah.
Arsenal, Tottenham. Thoughts on the game and how well do you think both teams will do this season?
I, I thought that I was disappointed in Emery because Ceballos didn't start. Because I mean, you noticed when Ceballos was brought on, Arsenal completely changed. They took control more. They had the attacking
100%.
intent. Thank you, Hazem. But they had the attacking intent, and they knew what they were doing. I think he should have started a lot earlier, or at least I mean even started in the game. And I think Arsenal were a little bit too defensive, and Xhaka lacked composure in the box because that was a stupid penalty to give away. That was one of the dumbest penalties I've seen. Probably
Yeah.
the dumbest penalty this season so far, unless I'm forgetting one. And for what
Xhaka
Tottenham doing in
is a brick.
training,
Xhaka is a bona fide brick.
see, I'll tell you what Tottenham do in training. What they do in training is worship Harry Kane. They're Lord and Savior. That's all they do. That's what Tottenham does in training. But in terms of how they'll do this season, I don't see Tottenham. I don't think they'll win any trophies. Arsenal they have a small chance because they're FA Cup merchants usually. They have a chance always in the FA Cup, depending on how lucky
True,
they get,
true. That's true.
because they could face easy teams all the way up to the final. It just depends how it is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and then for in terms of league position, problem with predicting the top four right now in the EPL is that they're also inconsistent. Manchester United,
But what does your gut
I
tell
think
you?
they're
What does
out.
your gut tell you, man?
I say Arsenal and Chelsea finish top four out of the four. I think out of the four that are contesting those last two top four
Oh
spots.
wow. So you don't think Tottenham make? I mean, we'll get to United, don't we? We'll get to. So you don't think Tottenham can make it?
I don't think so. Watching them play, especially against Newcastle, the way they lost, like Arsenal, they when they play teams, I feel more confident in Arsenal beating a Newcastle or a Leicester City, or getting
Yeah,
points against
that's
Chelsea. I could
Okay.
still go either way because I mean, if Chelsea keep dropping points the way they are now, then that could be a problem because I mean everyone's dropping points in this top four race right now.
Okay. All right. Um, Hazem.
So this was an interesting game. Very high tempo, and I have to be honest. Arsenal's defense. I'm sorry, but Socrates just isn't able to carry the defense because David Luiz is just not doing anything. So it's
Average.
clear. It's clear that this season, yeah, average is just bang average. It's clear that this season Arsenal will just be banking in at overloading the attack and winning games just by their attack. And it's very risky, and it's pretty much the same as last season. They keep on not solving their problems, but it's gonna happen again. But I just want to say on the game itself, we saw the glimpse of last season that first half Arsenal slow start, and then the second half they start playing. Immediately they scored, and they were completely dominating the Tottenham. And towards the end of the second half, uh, when they switch on, when they put their foot on the pedal, they just unstoppable. Great attacking play, and yeah, it paid off. And I just said I agree with Ahmed and everyone else. They have to start Ceballos. Ceballos is a
Oh no
very
no no.
very
He's
good player.
like Real Madrid dare not sell that dude.
Yeah,
They
that's
dare
why
not
they
sell
gave him
that
on a
dude.
dry loan, so they know that he's important. So yeah, as for where they're gonna finish, oh yeah, one more thing for Tottenham. I don't know why, but Pochettino really needs to start Lo Celso because whenever Lo Celso comes on, he's the one that's creating stuff. He's the one who's actually making things happen, and
Seriously, bro, why is he
that's
on
what
the
they're lacking
bench?
in the midfield. That's what they're lacking in the midfield. So I need them to start Lo Celso. So as for where they finish, the reason I'm putting Arsenal in third place is because the rest of the teams fighting for top four are just so bad this season. It's like they're the best of the worst, the best of the horrible bunch.
That's what
Because
I was thinking.
Man United, very poor, nothing special, no creativity. Who else?
Chelsea.
Chelsea, slow starts. I think they'll get better, which is why I'm putting Chelsea in fourth. But they're just having a slow start, and it's a transition season for Lampard. And who else? Tottenham. They're just they're going down that wave. They hit the peak last year with the Champions League final, and now they're going back down. I think so. Yeah, I think Arsenal are just gonna be the best of the bunch despite their defense because their attack is so talented. So yeah, third place, and it's gonna be a battle between Chelsea and Spurs for fourth place.
Okay, all right.
HH, can I go, man?
All right, okay. But remember, Christ, if you keep cutting out, I'll have to move on from you because if your connection is messed up, I'm gonna move. So speak on it. But if you keep cutting out, I'm gonna have to go to Juju man. So hit it. Thoughts on this, man?
Okay, man. So I think that it was a good game, but obviously we say this, man. Like,
Your
why
mic,
didn't
bro.
Yo.
Arch
Sorry,
go?
sorry, no, Christ, man. Your mic is messed, man. You have to
Yeah.
find a better place. Your mic is messed. All right, Juju man, hit it.
So with this game, I saw Ericsson's goal, and David Luiz. Like this is Arsenal made a mistake, but the way it looks, like this was a huge mistake. I think Mustafi like is close to Mustafi with David Luiz because
Whoa, Juju
I
man,
saw
easy,
that
easy,
It's
Ericsson
easy,
true.
goal.
easy. Juju
I
man,
saw
easy,
I saw
easy,
Ericsson's.
easy.
Yeah, but I saw Ericsson's goals double H, and I mean, David Luiz is a centre back. Where was he? And this guy, like he was taken out already before. Like, who's the player that took him out? But he was taken out, and this guy's. The fight. The thing that makes it worse is David Luiz is an old defender. This guy is a veteran. He's played in bigger games than this, and he's still committing. I don't know if he just doesn't care or what's wrong with this guy. And then with Arsenal, and then with Lacazette. I mean, that was a good goal. That was a really good goal. With the Aubameyang, all right. I think the key player for Arsenal is Guendouzi.
Oh,
I,
very
I,
good. Genduzi
yeah,
was. I thought this guy was a brick. I thought the guy was
yeah.
sideshow brick. The guy is good.
Yeah, but I'm expecting him to. If he should probably make the French team soon because he's doing really well, and because he did well against Liverpool. I thought he did well against Liverpool, and he did well against Tottenham too. And then with Shaka, I mean, he's just a headless chicken. I don't know. There's no brains. Like, some of the fouls he commits, I don't know.
No,
I
no,
don't know.
no,
I,
no, no, no,
I, I
no,
agree.
Jacques. No, he's officially a brick now. Officially a brick, hundred
Yeah,
percent.
yeah, and that was it. And I mean, Sissoko, I can't say anything. I mean, his finishing has always been poor. He's just there because of his. I mean, I mean, he's. I mean, I guess he's. I don't want to call him a workhorse because that won't be right. But I guess he's good at following the coach's direct
Judgman,
like information.
you're being very harsh here, but fair enough, man. But carry on, man.
Yeah, yeah, because what's it called? Technically, his technical ability,
He's
Sissoko.
crap
I don't know.
at finishing. Okay, he's
Yeah,
crap at
yeah,
finishing.
it's not a professional level. So yeah, with the game, with the overall season, with the both teams, Tottenham I expect to get top four. I still expect Tottenham to get top four. With Arsenal, I'm trying to figure out how good Leicester are. I don't know how good Leicester are, and Wolves will be sixth, seventh there. So I'm trying to figure out these two teams, and I think the key games will be Arsenal against Leicester. If Leicester beats them and Leicester is consistent, I mean they'll challenge Arsenal. That's how far. That's how bad. I mean that's how much Arsenal have fallen. Like they used to be a top team now, fighting with
Okay,
Leicester.
all right, okay. Hardcore.
Hello.
Yes.
Um, so mm, to me personally, and I'll just be honest here. To me, this is an irrelevant game. I personally thought that Spurs are what was the better team. And I think for me, and I always say this, for Arsenal, they're irrelevant in the year of 2019. I don't know why people are still talking about these guys, but they are irrelevant in the year 2019. The only thing that carries
Facts.
Arsenal is probably Arsenal fan TV. That's the only thing that carries Arsenal right now. Is Arsenal.
Oh my days.
Wait, no, come on. Let
Bobby
him
must
land. Let him
stop,
land.
stop,
Let him
stop.
land. Let him land.
Except for Arsenal fan TV, nothing else carries Arsenal. But again, I think for Spurs, and this is my Premier League top four. Um, I'm looking at all these teams. I'm gonna be honest here, and I just feel like it's gonna be City, Liverpool, um, Liverpool, Spurs, and I think United is going to be fourth. And here's why I say
Oh my
this.
god.
This is the thing. United, although yes, they're not winning those kind of games that they're supposed to, I still feel like they have a better team than they had last season. And not only that, Arsenal, yes, they do play like a team. Don't get me wrong, but they have this tendency to always bottle. Like they're basically the English version of PSG. That's Arsenal right now.
No man.
English version of PSG. So this is what I'm saying is I think and I said this before, Ceballos made a huge mistake in going to Arsenal.
Wait,
I
how?
think
Wait,
if
wait,
he
wait, 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 wait. How so? How did he make a big mistake?
I think I think if he picked Chelsea or even if he picked Spurs, because Spurs have two UEL, Spurs have two Europa Leagues, Chelsea have one
No,
UCL.
no, no,
So
but
if
It's
he
no,
good
no,
work
no.
succeeds,
But
Oh my
hardcore,
good
days.
hardcore. You
work
have to understand this.
Whose
When
man's
a
is this?
team, because remember, Real Madrid wants the bars for the future. When you are going out to
Mhm.
on loan, what you want for that player is he going to get game time? And is he going to be
Okay.
in a system that is similar to our system? So that's
So
what
so
that's
are
what they
you
want. So those are the two things. So
are
when
you
you're loaning
telling
out
me
a player who you want to come back, is he
Mhm.
going to be consistently playing, and is he going to be in a system that is going to be similar to ours?
Yeah.
So once he comes back, he's going to improve because he plays, but also he'll be playing in a system that is similar to us, so he doesn't have to readjust when he comes back to us. And Arsenal is the perfect, like, what he's doing in this past few games is great for Real Madrid. It is great for Real Madrid because this guy is already improving. So
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Let me hold you on there, right? So you're trying to tell me if he went to Dortmund, he wouldn't be playing the same way, or Chelsea or something, playing the same way he's playing. I don't
But
see that.
they weren't interested in him.
No,
Exactly.
no, no. But I'm saying if they were interested in him, I think he would have
But they
picked
weren't.
Chelsea or
But
Dortmund.
they weren't. What?
But how
No,
can you
no.
pick Chelsea if Chelsea got a
He
transfer
would have
ban?
he would have picked
Chelsea
Chelsea
got a
over these
transfer
guys.
ban.
It's facts. It's facts. Let's be
But
honest
Chelsea
here.
didn't go in for him. They got a transfer ban. So how can they go in for him?
But I'm saying if they were interested, they would have done
Bro.
it. That's what I'm
That's like
saying.
saying
So,
if
so
Barcelona were
my,
interested, they would have
my
gone for him.
point is my
okay,
point
okay,
is
okay,
my
look, hardcore round off so we can go to some other guys, man. Just
okay.
round off.
So my point is for you, HH, you guys need to go get Mourinho back because I don't know, this rookie guy is not working.
Okay, all right, okay,
I
hardcore. Thanks,
just feel like
thank you. Okay, hardcore, thanks. All right, Vas, thoughts, Tottenham, Arsenal, thoughts of the game, and how well do you think both of these teams will do this coming season?
Look, okay, so here's the thing, dude. Like, I'll explain it just like very clear. This match, dude, this battle of mediocrity that we just witnessed is perfect, like illustration of like everything wrong with both of these garbage ass teams. In the
Yeah.
first half, you see like Tottenham taking the lead 2-0, and in typical Tottenham fashion, they can never see how to win. Like
History the Tottenham.
bottling like a 2 goal lead, like a certain German team in black and yellow and a certain Italian team in blue. I'm not mention names. And then you see Arsenal, dude. They play like attractive football. They dominate everything.
We
But this team,
don't.
dude. There's some individuals in this team who are so idiotic, so asinine in how they play. Xhaka, who's consistently trying to get sent off. I don't know why he's trying to get sent off. He's trying to outdo Ramos's freaking red card record, I think. And then like you have this who's this guy Nicolas Pepe, one of the worst wingers I've ever seen.
Easy,
You
come on,
can't
he's
put
been
you
all
can't.
right, man. He's been all right.
No. He was easily one of the bricks of the game. He can't. This guy can't put in swingers. This guy can't put in traditional crosses. He can't get to the byline. Losing the ball
But
like his
he
left
got an
arm.
assist. He got an assist today.
Dude, just shut up, okay? What
But
the
he
hell?
got an
This
assist. He
guy's
got an
an
assist.
absolute brick. I don't
He
care
got an
what it is.
assist.
Relax.
Assist. Dude,
He
I'm
got an
looking at.
assist. He set up a goal.
Oh yeah, he got an
Wait.
assist.
But
Okay.
he
Check this
played
Vas,
out.
bad.
just
Okay.
make your
In
point.
90
Vas, make your
minutes,
point.
in 90 minutes, okay,
Yeah,
over
in
90
9 minutes
minutes,
he got an
over
assist.
90 minutes, over 90 minutes,
Stop shouting. Stop
he could have
shouting.
gotten
Stop
like
shouting.
5 assists if his decision making was better. This guy is a mediocre player. Why is like I agree with Katris said, dude, about Ceballos. The only thing that was wrong was his reasoning. Okay, like the reason Ceballos shouldn't have gone to Arsenal is because this brick who choked a 4-0 lead is like playing bums like Torreira, like this idiot Xhaka.
No,
over here,
Torreira's not a bum, to be honest.
when he's clearly, dude, he's clearly more technical than both of those players. He dominated the game alongside Guendouzi when he came on. He should be starting all these big games. You don't start him in the London Derby, really? Okay, like we should have sent him to Leverkusen or Frankfurt, somewhere where he
Or
would get
Juventus.
Champions League experience
Or
and
you.
start every single game.
Okay,
That's what he
HH's
needs. He
comment
doesn't need this
section
crap,
is what the
dude.
hell?
Okay, see, and that's the whole thing. And like, you know, Pepe, dude, as bad as he is, dude, like, let's be honest, he's better than Hazard, dude. Okay, like, let's not like.
Come on, man.
beat
Come
around
on,
the bush
come on,
here.
come on.
Whoa.
Look, man, make
Come
your
on,
points,
Nice joke,
Vaz.
nice
Make your
joke.
points, man. What the hell?
Nice joke.
Wait, to add,
That was my.
No,
yeah,
don't
but
add,
to
please.
add on that, I'll add, what's it called? I was about to say Emery is a tier 3 manager, but Arsenal is a tier 3. Yeah, he's a tier 3. He's not a good manager.
Tier 3
But he
brick?
matches
Tier 3
Arsenal.
brick?
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
not a good manager. But
Yes,
Arsenal
yes.
are no good, so I can't complain.
Yeah, we're not good because of him. But anyway,
You're not good because you're club.
Okay. So wait. Okay. Wait. We have A1 here. So A1, speak briefly on your team, man. So A1, what do you think about the game, and
Oh my god.
how do you think that you can do moving forward, man?
Alright, cool. With the game, Emery set up the midfield wrong. Like we're at home against Tottenham, our rivals. We should be going for it, and he decided to play a free midfield of Torreira, Guendouzi, and Xhaka more defensive minded, and he left our creative players on the bench, which was absolutely silly. And literally, those
Yeah.
we had our front three in Pepe, Lacazette, and Aubameyang, and we had no creative player to like supply him and feed him with good passes and whatnot. So yeah, first half we got that wrong, and defensively there's no structure to our team. I think Emery thinks that the more
Wait.
defensive
What about
players
David
that
Luiz? I thought David Luiz is the GOAT.
well, he had a better game than some of our defenders. So you know he had a good game today. He never made any mistakes. If you talk about the mistakes, you could say Leno. He should have saved that. Socrates not looking at Ericsson and him trying to header the ball for no reason.
And one, he made the first mistake, the Ericsson goal. David Luiz, he
What
was
did
out
David
of
Luiz?
he was out of position. Like,
What are
he's
you
a
talking
centre
about?
back.
Wait.
This guy is a centre back, and he's already close to the middle of the field.
That wasn't him. That was Socrates. You didn't watch
No,
the game.
even David Luiz.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Even David Luiz.
He wasn't.
You know, what's
Wait.
David Luiz made a
Look.
mistake.
Socrates went to head of the ball when Xhaka was there, so he left the space, and with that space, Tottenham took advantage. Who shot? I don't know who shot, and then they rebounded it, and again Socrates didn't look behind him where Ericsson was. And Ericsson ran past him and scored. So yeah, that you had a mistake there. Then also you got Xhaka, who, again, why is Emery picking him when this guy has got a mistake in him all the time? Last season against Crystal Palace, he made a mistake, gave away a penalty, they scored, and we didn't get checked.
But A1, the key
Brighton,
thing is,
Brighton,
what
Brighton,
do you
Brighton.
think your boys will do this season? So, because remember, this was a game that you
Alright,
should have
cool.
won. So,
This season, alright, cool. So what is this season? It's just like, to be honest, if we don't get top four, I will not be surprised. Despite Chelsea and Man United going through whatever they're going through, if we don't get top four, I won't be surprised because with Emery, he does not know his starting lineup, like full strength starting lineup. Midfield, at times he plays it very, very safe and very negative. As you saw today, we're at home and he's playing three defensive minded midfielders when you got creative people like Ceballos who should be starting. So I think if we don't get top four, it will be because of him and his decisions. That's my personal opinion. But are we going to get top four? I think we're just about. But if we don't get top four, I won't be surprised.
And one comment: Arsenal need to teach David Luiz basic defending.
He didn't do nothing.
No, they did. He did.
Judgment, he's never going to learn. If he doesn't learn now, he's never going to learn, bro. He's never going to learn.
But you're talking like you're talking like
Worst center back.
you're talking like he didn't have a good.
David Luiz, PK or David Luiz? Who's the worst center back? Who's the
What are you
worst center
talking about? Why are you talking about PK? I don't care about
Worst
PK.
center back?
I don't care about him.
Okay,
I don't care about him.
before
What did that
we
have
round off.
anything to do,
Wait,
man?
before we round off,
All
let
these
me
guys
bring
are
in
bogus.
Lantamer. So, Lantamer, give us your thoughts on this to
Oh
round
my
off.
days! Here we go.
Unleash
Oh,
Tamer.
oh,
Here we go.
I'm sorry. I didn't watch the North London derby. I was still in mourning over the Sheffield result, so
Okay,
I wasn't
Oh
watching.
yeah. The
So,
tears.
Arsenal or
The
Tottenham,
tears.
who do you think will do better this season in Europe and in the league?
Neither.
In Europe, I mean
No.
they're in two different competitions.
Oh,
Arsenal
oh,
and the
no,
Emer-
oh, I
they're
assume that
in-
they were in the Europa League, both of them. So, how well
No,
do you think they will do in the
Arsenal
league?
are up. I think Arsenal have. I don't know who dropped out of the Champions League, but right now Arsenal are the favorites to win the Europa League. I mean, they have to win that competition. They've been in what 3 times in a row. They made the final
Okay, you're being
once.
too loud. You're being
Let
loud.
me. And Tottenham. I don't know. I don't think Tottenham will do well this season at all. Pochettino looks. He looks different. I don't know. Pochettino's been acting weird this season.
Bro, no,
I don't know why.
something weird is happening this season with Tottenham for sure. Something weird is happening. I
Yeah,
don't know what it is, but
dude.
something just doesn't
I
feel
think
right.
Tottenham might have a very
No,
rough
dude, like,
season. Very rough.
Tottenham should have lost at least two of these games, dude. They should have lost against both Arsenal and Man City.
Okay, all right. So
Especially the City.
let's now transition
They
over
got the
to
result. That's what matters.
this topic right now.